Good morning. We're just having a great laugh here. All right. At some point in this show, I have to share behind the scenes a little bit of a clip so you guys can see what happens here, but it's a lot of fun. And today is no different. Adele is one woman who is just beautiful to watch. Her growth in the entertainment and, of course, media industry is something worth really looking into. She is here and she's a newlywed. Welcome her. She's looking gorgeous. Come on here, babe. Hello. Look at that. Look at your hair. How are you doing, honey?
I'm good.
You
Yourself?
have to strut this whole look.
What?
People have
What?
to see. I need people
This
to see.
is just like my comfort zone,
Give
man.
her a shout out, everyone. You look great, mama.
Thank you.
look
Thank
so
you.
great.
As
You're
do
welcome.
you.
You're
I
welcome.
love this.
Thank you. You like these
Yes.
big pieces, don't you?
Yeah, because it's easier to wear. So you only wear one piece of jewelry because
And that's it. And you walk out.
and you can just wear jeans.
And it's a statement, you know?
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank
You just
you.
got married.
Yes.
I saw a beautiful wedding.
Thank you. It was actually really, really good. I enjoyed
Excellent.
the whole week. Yeah.
Today, we're going to even change our hashtag.
Okay.
Team Adele.
Fresh. Fresh.
Wonderful. All right, Adele,
Yeah.
it seems that you were almost thrust into the limelight. Like you came
Yeah.
from nowhere.
So radio was never the plan.
Okay.
I did one radio course by mistake.
Really?
Because I was studying journalism, yes, but PR was what I was going to go into. I'd done an internship before I went into uni at Ginadin, so I knew, I was like, PR is the plan.
Yeah.
And then I did one radio course by mistake because I needed credits to graduate.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
when I finished, right before I finished campus, I was doing an open mic night for poetry because I do write poetry, and I was performing back then. And then 1FM set up.
Yeah.
And they're all African. And at my poetry gigs, there used to be like Elani performing, Fena,
Nice.
Patricia Kihoro. So it was really fresh, Wendy Kimani. So they called me up, and at the time I thought, oh, I'm a celeb in the poetry world.
What's your name? Yeah.
So when I picked up the phone, I was like, they were like, oh, is this Adele? I'm like, oh, you want to host me for poetry? They were like, no, we want you to do a radio show.
They obviously heard something and they saw
And I
something
don't know,
in you.
yeah, so I was just like, okay, fine, I'll do it. Then I thought, okay, wait, how
Can I
do we
really
do
this?
it?
Yeah. Never had you done radio before. You'd gone through the course.
I'd done the course, which was like a 3-month course, because it was just one course in my entire degree. But I went as a guest on a radio show on campus, and the co-host didn't make it that day. So they ended up calling me every other show. But I never used to do anything. They'd be like, your mic is on. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's talk.
Yeah, just being you.
So I didn't know the technical skills or how to properly communicate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I kind of just found myself hosting a drive show.
And that's
Yeah.
how it came to be.
Yes.
Looking at, of course, that life where you have to bring life to this studio and one microphone.
Yeah.
You're speaking to the whole country. There's so much expectation.
Yeah.
How was it for you at the beginning?
So at my first show, I like to thank everybody who listened to my first show at 1FM because it must have been so torturesome. Yeah. Like, sometimes the mic was left on.
Wow.
I'm just like, hey, why am I not hearing any music?
Sound is leaking on air. Yeah.
So, but it wasn't like when I'm in the studio, it's not, oh my God, there's like millions of people listening to me. Because even now, I still get shocked when somebody's like, oh, I listen to you every morning. I'm always like, okay. So it's someone else other than Shafi and I. That's dope.
I listen to you.
Yes.
Every morning.
Yes.
I do. I used to listen to Mombi and Jimmy.
Yeah.
But now Nation FM
Yes.
is music.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now you're with
and
us.
Angukia Chapa. So when I want to listen to people, I actually go directly
Oh,
to you.
fresh. You should tell us, my shout outs.
I actually shout out to Shafi, but he's like, Kobe, and now I'm just still waking up. Give me a break. Yeah? I love it. But listen, looking at that, and a lot of people would want to know, because I get this question a lot.
Yeah.
Because I started out, producing and editing.
Yeah.
And then people sort of see you up there and they don't recognize
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that. How did your career sort of develop?
Yeah, I think it's like hard work is really underrated in this generation, almost because we only just see the end. We don't see the 10 years of work. And I didn't even know, like, having my own poetry gig and having an open mic was preparing me for what I'm doing now, you know? Yeah. Even in terms of building a brand, because I was building a brand. It was a poetry gig and I was marketing, I was learning how to Social media was the only tool because I was cheap.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of work that went into it. And even when I joined radio, I was at a disadvantage because I didn't have the technical skills. So I had to keep reading up and being like, okay, so sitting with the producer, learning, okay, how do you cut audio, so that I could do these things for myself and produce my show alone, right? So there's a lot that goes into it. And then you start thinking after a year when it's no longer just fun times, you're like, okay, I need to grow a brand. I need to think of a legacy. I'll not always be in front of this mic. What then? You know?
Yeah.
So there's a lot that you actually have to keep on researching and seeing, okay, what is this brand doing? Okay, let's see, how does this work for me? I want to do this. How do I effectively communicate this to people?
And here's the thing, I find that interesting because as far as you're thinking about that, you still have your deliverables. And so for you, how do you handle a little bit of both? Because especially radio is so sensitive, you know, that it almost needs to be very easy listening. You know, you're selling stuff and you're pushing stuff and you're pushing campaigns and these kind of things and your own personal opinion while still managing to balance the ethos of the whole station. How do you do all of that?
I think I don't think about it like that.
That's why I do TV and you do radio.
It makes it easier for me. So
I get you.
If I'm doing a campaign, it's like if it's commercial content, I just think about how I personally would interact with that commodity or whatever it is, right? And then I sell it from that angle because that's more believable. Right? Because genuinely, this is what I do. But in terms of like, when I'm in studio, I'm not thinking, okay, how many people have listened? They have to stay listening, because that happens in the prep room. You're thinking, is this content really, like, does anybody care about this? Should we really flight this? Okay, can that? Let's think about it a bit longer, you know? So when you're in there, you've prepared enough and you truly believe in what it is you've prepared. So if you come and talk to me about your show because you truly believe in it, your TV show, you truly believe in it, I'll definitely be sold because you believe in it. There's just a passion that will leak out effortlessly. And it won't sound like this person has a script.
Yes, of course. Talk to me about that, leaving one and now getting into KISS and getting from one show to the other. Yeah,
I mean, like, honestly, I can understand when people say, like, okay, where did this chick come from? Because even for me in radio, I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a bit fast. What's not happening? So when I left, I was at 1FM for, I think, 2.5 years. And then I got a call from Radio Africa, which first I thought it's just a con artist, someone in committee.
About to
tell me, about to tell me send 200 bob for a chance.
So you didn't believe it?
I didn't believe it, and then, because I mean, I think we talked for like 6 months. Because I was just like, are you sure?
And here you have something that's working, it's secure,
and then it was very scary. We're going close into an election year. And I was just like, I'm not too sure what's happening. Until one day I was driving and so somebody was trying to call me and it was an unsaved number. I didn't know who it was. And then when I reached where I think I was going to work, I saw an SMS like, hi, this is Carla Mitoko. Please call me back when you have a minute. So I'm like, huh? What's happening?
And everybody knows who she is.
I know. So I call back. I'm like, hi, it is I. And so what I wanted to know, I think one of the things that made me move was, one, to understand, like, guys were like, oh, but you wouldn't be able to, like, only play African music, which I'm very passionate about. And guys were like, oh, but KISS repeats music and blah, 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 blah. And I always asked, okay, if they do that and you're complaining, how are they number one? Like, please explain to me. I want to understand that. I'm like, they know something that the rest of us do not know, and many to learn, right? And then secondly, I was like, I want more opportunities. I want to be able to go to second floor and learn how to edit when it comes to TV. I want to walk across to the Star and learn about writing and understand, okay, is this something I'm interested in or not, you know? And just to work with people who I grew up listening to and being able to show people that it can happen, like, and not be the normal look of what's normal in the industry and still be able to
exactly get through and make impact, because it's also about impact, isn't it? Of course, now you are on with Shafi. How did that happen?
Oh, overnight.
Okay, yeah. Kalecha left, didn't she? She sat at this chair.
Yes,
too. Yeah.
and we're still very good friends to date. And so what happened is I covered for her, and then the next thing I know, I was being told, okay,
it's time
can
now.
Can you move to the breakfast show? And I was like, Ati, I wake up at what time?
Yes, this shift.
And then you're thinking about all the powerful women who've sat on that seat, from Kalecha to Caroline. And I'm just like, whoa, guys. Me, I'm just a chick who wears shorts to work.
Right. I'm not this big woman I've looked up to my whole life.
I know.
Yeah.
But then I was like, okay, maybe actually it does work. Like, you remain true to yourself all of these years. And that's your power, and that's what sells. So now it's time to move it onto a bigger platform,
right,
and to show Enyewe that statement that you've been telling people, just be true to you and you'll make it. It's happening for you, so don't be that fool who's just like, no thanks.
Exactly. Take it and run.
Take it and run.
And even learn on the game if you have to. And that's
exactly.
a point for everyone to take on. Shafi, bigger than life, just like you.
Yes.
How is it with him?
Shafi has always been my big brother. Like, I remember when I first joined KISS, I called him and I was stopped by cops.
Nice. So like, hello.
And I'm like, imagine this. She's telling me, he's like, why are you crying? She says she's going to arrest me. No, so we've always had like big brother type of relationship.
So it was not, care of you.
It wasn't strange or anything. It was just like, I mean, and we'll always conflict, which is good.
Right. Yes.
Like his reactions to things are on that side of the room and I'm on the other side.
And that chemistry, actually, you need it. Because it seems to work for both of you.
Yeah.
It seems to work for both of you. How happy are you right now? You're happy, huh?
I am.
Look it. Doesn't she look it? Right? Guys are like, gosh, Adelle is so happy. We're happy that you're here.
Thank you.
I love it. I love happy guests in the morning.
Yeah.
You just brighten our whole day. Thank you so much, Mama.
You're welcome.
All right, Adelle, what we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break real quick, okay? When we come back, talk about your hubby.
Aww.
All right? And, of course, we talk about Team Adelle and what the brand is looking to do, especially in 2018. Give her a hand, everybody. You're so awesome. We'll be right back after this.
Where is the Pope? Where is the Pope? The Pope, the Pope.
New Minute Maid Pulpy Orange.
The Pope, the Pope.
Shake it, drink it, chew it.
Tumejenga 4-bedroom maisonette hapa. All fiber-ready townhouses connected with fiber to the home. It's the holiday. I want to spend time with my kids. Nothing brings family together like fiber. Downloads are very fast. Streaming iko. Mawe. Niki, tunajenga fiber-ready 2-bedroom apartment going for only 6 million. Pale kwa kona. Can you invest your money wisely na uchukue fiber-ready houses?
Call Njambi Telecommunications to get connected. This is Fiber.
Tim, one of the world's most iconic big tuskers, was darted and collared.
An elephant like Tim will constantly find himself interacting with people, and of course maize and potatoes. So he has taken to raiding some of the farms. We sat with the KWS on the ground and they said, look, if we can put a radio collar on Tim, we know where he is, we can stop him from going into farms. Yeah. Tim will have 24/7 protection.
Having this collar around an elephant's neck is something very unnatural.
We have to do that if we want to keep these animals alive.
Is this the way forward though, Paula?
And that, I think, is the solution that Kenya needs. So we can't afford to keep letting elephants down.
NTV Wild Talk, in partnership with the Kenya Wildlife Service and Wildlife Direct. HFDI welcomes you to Komarok Heights Open Day from 28 September to 1st October. Book your free spot on the bus to Komarok Heights Open Day and enjoy special discounts.
This week on the Wicked Edition.
Budama was represented by a team of 13 lawyers. Jesus himself only needed 12 people as disciples to spread the gospel to the whole world. What is Modama's message? 13 lawyers. How do 13 lawyers even work? My lawyer, my lawyer.
I was taken to the police station, followed by my lawyer. When I to the DC's office, boardroom. As I was entering, Kiraito was held by two huge men. He was done like that, and thrown into the garden.
The Wicked Edition with Dr. Kingori, Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Mbona tusiheshimu kwamba kila mmoja wenu ana haki ya kumchagua anayemfaa? Tunaweza kufanya siasa bila kuzozana. Fahali wawili wakipigana, nyasi ndizo huumia. Haina manufaa kujidhuru kwa ajili ya kuwapigania wanasiasa usiokujali. Methali bado zina maana, na Kiswahili cha kale hadi cha sasa kinapatikana katika gazeti la Taifa Leo, ambalo sasa lina makala safi mapya yanayoangazia mambo mbalimbali kuhusu maisha, vijana kwa wazee. Kiswahili kisikike. Jipatie nakala ya Taifa Leo kila siku.
You're watching Better Living, brought to you by Minute Maid.
New Minute Maid Pulpy Orange. The pulp. Shake it, drink it, chew it.
We are back with the gorgeous Adelle, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. I have to say, though, very honestly, season 1, we're in season 3 of the show now.
Yeah.
Season 1, I invited Shafi, and we were live at the time. Shafi's like, Kobe, how? I'm live, and you're live.
Okay, yeah, so
we tried, we literally tried, and it has just never happened.
Maybe we can do a phone link.
Maybe. Should we call him now?
Yes.
Okay, we'll try and call Shafi in
Skype
just a
him
bit.
in.
I know. All right, so you just got married?
Yes.
How is that?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
And I know very many people, I've been trying to figure out how people react to me being married and also to my husband.
Yeah, it's like, Adele, where was this guy? You just showed up with a wedding dress and a hot man standing next to you. We're like, hello, we've been part of your life all these years, and then what, you just get married?
No, I know. Okay, to be quite frank, we forgot to tell people that we were engaged. Honestly, like, we got used to it being a secret.
Are you serious?
And then 3 weeks to the wedding, I was like, yeah, we haven't told guys.
You were engaged for a year and a half?
Yes. It just wasn't, I feel like...
See, they are reacting like me. Right, guys? She owes us the right for announcement. Sindio, kama unatoka market, team Mafisi, team Adele, unataka
They must know
kujua.
statements.
Yes.
No, I mean, it was just like one of those things. I was really enjoying it with myself and my family, and I was just like, oh my God. And then afterwards, I was like, okay, fine. Now we can tell everybody, and everybody can, celebrate the love with us.
Yeah.
And he's not in media, I am, so.
Okay. You're very bubbly
Yeah.
and very full of life. What kind of guy is he?
He talks more than me.
No.
Yeah.
I thought he looks very subdued, quiet.
He talks more than... He should be on radio.
Which is why I guess you guys really clicked, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So it's great. I mean, it's amazing, and it's also interesting at the same time to see like how people... I think as society, we have very serious questions to ask ourselves. What we expect of women once they get married, at the same time, do we expect the same from men?
Right.
Because the reactions to him are very different from the reactions I get.
Really?
And so it's one of those things I'm like, I shall write a paper.
Yes. And it's almost
this,
sort of
yeah.
retrogressive when you,
Yeah.
and then you get it from the most surprising people.
And you're just like, okay.
Yeah. But there is something as well in
Yeah.
terms of balance of tradition and culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the things I can definitely say, just going through when you posted a picture of you and your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. And looking at some of the comments, it seems, especially on social media, people just feel like they can say anything to you. Is that true?
Yeah, because obviously the anonymity, I don't know you, I'm not going to meet you tomorrow and punch you in the face. So you can get away with like saying anything, you know what I mean? But I think it's also anger. I feel like there are very many young Kenyans who are angry. And I know it's not me. There's no way a stranger getting married who doesn't pay your rent and now is taking your rent chums to finance her marriage. You know what I mean? Like,
there's
I've not
no
affected
connection.
you.
Yeah.
So this anger is not for me. Like, it's deeper. Like, you have deeper issues. Obviously, there are times I clap back because I'm human.
Yes, of course, of course.
But there are times where I'm just like, Aki, gosh, come for a hug.
Until
like,
wo ye. But you're right, actually. There is a lot of, I guess, hopelessness and a lot of hate and especially now with this election situation that we've been in for forever. Do you, your brand and Team Adelle, is this something that you advocate for in just addressing some of the issues young people are facing?
I mean, I never used to talk about it until the one time, because I get a lot of hate about my teeth. And the one time I posted up about it, I got so many tags from other young people posting up their selfies smiling. I never thought it was a thing, right? Because for me, I smile all the time, all day for so many years, right? And they were like, oh my God, I always get bullied about how I look and my teeth and stuff. And I was like, this is a thing? Like, why are we doing this to each other? Oh my God. So now that's why I'm vocal about it. And even with Team Adelle, it's a very inclusive space.
Okay.
And one of the missions that we talk about is that I really want young people to feel like it's okay to be them.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be anything else. And it's okay to be as creative as you want to be, no matter how unconventional it is. And so we started this program together with my team to be able to get, okay, fine, we did a brainstorm, that's the word. And we sat down with 30 members of Team Adelle and just asked them, so who do you look up to? What do you want to be? What opportunities do you feel like you're not getting from Gava or from your school? How can I get you these opportunities? And then we started registration. We have mentorship programs, apprenticeship. We partnered with Centonomy to give young members of Team Adelle access to knowing about your money and how do you start building wealth instead of just buying faucets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now we've partnered with Visa and IMAX to also have fun because it's important to also like time out, let's just chill and have fun. And so for me, it's really to be in a position to say, listen, I've never fitted in and I'm not trying to fit in and it's okay, it's working for me. And even you, by the way, why are you trying to fit in?
Right, exactly. Be out of the box and be happy about it. You know? I love that. One of the things I can say, and we celebrate her memory very well, your mom was one of the first people I ever interviewed.
No way!
Yeah, when I was starting out in 2007.
God. You have to get me that video. How was that?
Amazing. And you know, she could tell that she had done many interviews, of course, because she was a wonderful woman of a great career. She could tell I was a nervous wreck.
Oh no!
It was my first week.
Oh my God!
Yes. And she held my hand on live television.
Oh,
and she told me, you're fine, you're fine. And then she told me, let me correct you. And I fell in love with her. And then when I realized that there was that connection, then I looked into it and I found your sisters as well. You come from a long line of strong, beautiful women. Talk to me about your family and this great woman, Mary.
First, my mom, my late mom, she was such an amazing person. Like, I feel like I'm always challenged with everything that I do, to not necessarily give up my journey to take up hers, but to be able to leave a strong legacy like she has. You know what I mean? I still meet people today, get emails from around the world about her, you know? And then obviously, then she raised these 3 amazing girls, like, so I'm the last one with 3 girls, and Maria, Amanda, and then me. And one thing is for sure that we are strong. Like, everybody jokes in our family that the men don't talk. It's like the women were all like, we're gonna do this and this.
Very strong.
And it stems even from my grandma. My grandma in shags, like, she will wear pants and stuff and people will talk because, I mean, it is shags. And she's like, so what?
I love it.
So I come from a very loud background, but the women in my family are very driven and it's very inclusive. So whatever it is that you do, because what I do is very out of the box, you know? And so it's very inclusive and it's like, do you, but do it to the very best. Like, live your best life, whatever it is that you're doing. And that's, I think, even from my aunties, to my mom's sisters, to my grandma, I see it with all the women around me.
We love it. We love it. Adelle, I think we are going to be seeing you for a very long time to come. Would you ever get into politics? I'm not the first to ask you, right? I know I'm not the first person to ask you that question because you would be such a great CS of something.
But I think I'll just be on, like, in jail for beating up people.
Youth agenda, perhaps.
Still, like, there's some things that people do that I'm just like, Just please.
Do you know, a friend of mine was actually saying the other day, and it was so hilarious.
Yeah.
She said, do you know, all these little things that we upset each other about, cutting in line, traffic, being so uncourteous, all these crazy little Kenyan quirks, and I don't even think they're Kenyan. We should just have one day, one national day, we go to Kasarani, we do sports. Ya kuchapana.
Get it out of your system.
Just get out of your system. Wewe ulinikata kwa line na you know, that kind of thing. But Adelle, it's been a pleasure having you here.
Oh, thanks.
You are so much fun. Such a bright, wonderful person, and you really, really light up the room. Thank you so much. Isn't she great, y'all? Give her a hand, everybody.
Thank you.
Have you heard the